soda first. Yo. Yo, Kevin said, peace out. Oh boy. This shit don't never fails to amaze me, yo. I try to tell y'all, man. I just did a video today, man. You know what I mean? It comes from the top. It comes from the top, man. Kevin, you ain't lying. I mean, look, Abram wasn't giving us much anyway. But my only thing is, damn, like you couldn't, like, shit, you couldn't trade him? Nothing? Like, kind of crazy. Like, we couldn't trade him a week ago and get nothing for him? Like, a 10th round pick? Yeah, yo, they saying we just released him. I mean, Kevin, you're right. I know they tried. I mean, I don't, like I said to you before, man, I actually trust Ziegler. I just don't know if I trust McDaniels yet, just because he doesn't have a track record of doing anything good. If you really, as a head coach, I mean. It's not. It's just crazy. It's just random. Like, it's just random. It's just a random thing. Sebastian, what's up? Well, there goes the value of my signed poster. It's just the beginning, man. It's just the beginning. It's just, like, I don't want to say I'm surprised, because it's just not something I was even thinking about. It was on my radar. But it's just so random. Like, so random. Like, there's so many things that we have going on. I don't know if Johnathan Abram was something that needed to be on a chopping block. But, I mean, we wasn't getting nothing done anyway. When we get Henny Honcho back. Yo, I don't really be doing that many live shows, yo. I'm busy, man. I'm busy, man. I be busy. And I don't really be drinking that much, because I had that situation in the summer with dehydration. I needed like 20 bags of IV. It took me like 6 months to recover. So, like, I got to be careful when I'm drinking. Angel said you can call plays, don't mean you can lead, man. I mean, that's a fact. That's what I've been trying to tell y'all. Denzel Perryman next. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I just wanted to come on here and just see what the temperature was, see what people was thinking. You know. Yeah, I suppose it just looks like they're releasing him, like they're gonna cut him. He wasn't making an impact anyway. Probably a cancer in the locker room. I wasn't hearing that negative out of the locker room. I'm sure. I don't know though, man. Like, I don't know. F busy. I appreciate you, nation's finest. Come on, man. We're gonna get right. It's kind of. I don't like drinking in defeat, man. So, like, I don't like. What I'm gonna do? Get all on here all drunk after we lose and say a whole bunch of shit that just sound crazy? I gotta stay on point. I'm Ace from Twitter. I reposted your video this morning. It was fire. Oh, thank you, Angel. Appreciate it. He is probably better off at this point. I mean, yeah. We will never hear everything, Honcho. Yeah, true. Maybe a free agent coming. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with this team. It's just a weird situation, man. I don't understand the whole narrative of blaming one person. He can't play linebacker. He's too small. He's too light in the ass. You can't play linebacker just because you're out there. He wouldn't be able to shed those blocks dealing with those linemen coming off, getting caught in the wash, trying to scrape over the top. Like, he wouldn't have been able to do it, man. He wouldn't be able to do it. We got some real issues in that locker room. I mean, you got to think, though, man. It was just a matter of time before McDaniels and Ziegler, start removing people, because they're going to want the guys that they want. They're going to want the guys that they want. I'm really scared for Trayvon Merrick. As much as I like Trayvon Merrick, I mean, he hasn't been showing himself to be worthy of, being on his team going forward. So, I mean, hopefully he can get it. He can figure it out. I don't understand this move from a business standpoint. What are the possible pros and cons to this move? I mean, the pros and cons is basic. He wasn't going to be here next year anyway. We didn't pick up his fifth-year option, so he was going to be going regardless. They probably tried to trade him at the deadline, couldn't get a deal for him, so they had to do what they had to do. He's not good. right? He's not good, so it's not like, they just went and dropped somebody who was, good anyway. Yeah, he wasn't good. It's just random. When's the last time we drafted a good DB? I mean, to be fair, I thought Trayvon Mullen was decent. I think we got him. We didn't get him in the first round, so I thought he was decent. Outside of that, I mean, it's been a while. It's been a long time. Every DB we draft is a bust in the last 10 years. I mean, you can say that. Farrell next? I don't know. I think Farrell's been playing well. He's played under trash coordinators. What are you talking about? I mean, Johnathan Abram just didn't have the chops to play safety in the NFL. I mean, it happens, bro. It happens. It's very similar to a kid who plays running back in Pop Warner and then goes to high school and doesn't play running back anymore. Like, you don't have the chops. He just didn't have the chops. Why release him mid-season? I don't know if you needed a roster spot. I don't know if he was becoming just an issue. All we can do is speculate at this point. He would start. I don't know. Abrams is not a linebacker in the safety body. Abram. Okay. I see what you're saying. Mentality-wise. How does he go from starting to getting cut? I mean, I guess when the season started, they wanted to see what they had with him. They didn't pick up his option, so I guess he was on his way out regardless. You know what I mean? I think he made one tackle last week. What is the plan? I think the plan is remove every single person on the team that you didn't pick and you didn't bring in here. I think that's what it is. Like, I mean, these are not like it's almost like this. If I'm a coach, let's say I coach my son's travel basketball team, and last year they had these 12 kids on the team, and next year 16 kids try out. Like, you can't tell me I have to keep those 12 kids that made the team last year. Right? I'm going to pick the people I want to play the way I want them to play. So at the end of the day, McDaniels and Ziegler are going to remove people that don't fit what they're trying to do. They didn't bring them in anyway. Abram has never been good in coverage. And the way that today's NFL is played, you're going to be playing against teams that spread you out and throw the ball downfield. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. I mean, if you put Johnathan Abram's stats and took his name off it and took the team off it, you'd probably think he's a very, very terrible safety. But since he plays for the Raiders and, we've grown to like certain players on the Raiders, then, we feel the type of way about it. Who got released? Johnathan Abram. Johnathan Abram got released. Should we move on from Diablo? I'm not a fan of Diablo. I'm not a fan of the safety turn linebacker. I'm not a fan of that.
Couldn't agree more.
What do you think of the Sidney Jones sign? I don't think anything of it. Because honestly, at the end of the day, no matter how good your corners are, they can only cover for so long before they're going to get beat. I mean, good protection is going to beat good coverage, every day of the week, twice on Sundays. So no matter how good the coverage is, if you don't have people that can get to the quarterback, they're going to find a way to beat the coverage. Good protection beats good coverage. Remember that. Heard Carr wants McDaniels fired to save season. I don't think you can save this season. I don't think you can save this. D Menace, what's up? He ain't nothing like his dad. Why isn't Cole or 55 being released? Shit, I can't tell you. Is Teamer the only strong safety left? Nah, I don't think so. I could be wrong though, but Teamer ain't it either. Honestly, he ain't it either. And looking for the next Brian Urlacher switching college safeties and linebackers. Yeah, I'm not with that. It depends what scheme you play. Like the idea of Diablo as safety is not a bad idea, but he's just not executing where you need to execute. Because when you think about a linebacker in the 4-2, somebody like Diablo would fit better than Perryman. Honestly, Perryman would fit better in a 4-3 middle linebacker role. So the idea of Diablo, his skill set would work better. Make sure we hit them like hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Honcho. I think that the idea of Diablo works, but he just wasn't getting it done on the field. Damn, I always remember the way he said Salmon. In other news, sell your crypto, it's crashing. I don't have no fucking crypto. I look like somebody who got crypto. No disrespect. Since Diablo is out, you think Martinez and Brown will eventually be a better fit for PG's scheme? I don't know, because I don't understand his scheme. I don't understand his scheme. Like, I don't understand his scheme at all. I don't, because typically in the 4-2-5, you play split coverages. Because usually the way it is since you're playing with that nickel DB, you're playing with an extra DB a lot of the times. One half of the field plays one coverage, the other half of the field plays another coverage, which is typically zone, right? You play a lot of cover 6, a lot of quarters coverages, a lot of cover 3s. So the fact that that would be the case for 4-2-5s, and then I'm seeing a lot of man coverages, it doesn't make sense. Like, I wouldn't play man coverage on a 3-receiver side. I wouldn't. Like, that, I would play like cloud in that situation. Like, I wouldn't play man. But this goes to what I was talking about earlier today in my video about ownership and the franchise and the Raiders themselves just being absolute schmucks, because at the end of the day, you're releasing a guy that was a first-round pick. First rounder. Like, that's a first-round pick you spent on, boy. Why does Patrick Graham always look worried or unconfident on the sidelines? I mean, damn, you see the shit he's dealing with? I would look just like that if every time the offense got on the field, it looked like they was getting ready to score on me. If I was him, I'd just go upstairs into the booth. I wouldn't even be on the sideline watching that shit. You know, but yeah, so Johnathan Abram is released. We got nothing for him at the trade deadline. I guess you had to part ways with somebody's not giving you anything. Bradley made Abram look decent, and Graham ended his career. I guess you could say that. He shouldn't have been a first-round pick. He shouldn't have been a first-round pick, but that's my point. It's how many first-round picks are the Raiders going to have that should be first-round picks? I mean, in reality, Cleve Farrell's not a first-round pick, right? Abram is not a first-round pick. Damon Arnett is not a... Did we pick Damon Arnett in the first round? Did we pick Damon Arnett in the first round?
No, I think it was second.
Nah, I think it was...
Oh, first.
I think it was first because we didn't have a second-round pick. So... I mean, it's looking ugly out here. It's looking real ugly, but this is the stuff you have to do to get the culture right. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. Damon Arnett was 21 first round. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So how many first round picks did you just get rid of? I mean, Henry Ruggs, I know he was a talent, but that's another first round pick that you whiffed on if he's not giving you anything. Right? So that's what I'm saying to you. It's like this organization just has been run like dog water. Like, it's not a good look. Leatherwood is another one. Like, these are guys that are just like I don't understand. I don't understand. The franchise itself is trash. Or you can, and you know what sucks is that the minute you mention anything outside of Derek Carr, it means you're defending Derek Carr. But what does Derek Carr have to do with multiple first-round picks not being on the same team anymore? Make sure we hit them likes, yo. We got 400 people in here, 96 likes. Hit them likes, yo. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raiderinfo. This is a management situation. And I understand that when you bring in new coaches and new GMs, that they have to figure it out on themselves. They have to find the personnel they want to fit their schemes. But my point is the Raiders weren't that far away offensively. We were far away defensively. Well, the defense is the same as it was. The offense is worse than it was. So if the offense that was decent last year adds Davante Adams to it, then how can it be Derek Carr's fault that the offense is not good anymore? He was on the team last year. That's the argument that I don't understand. Like, I don't understand that argument or that narrative, right? Right, like the culture around the Raiders is a dysfunctional organization. That's the culture. Dysfunction. Anything bad that can happen will happen. That's the Raiders. When I saw Hunter Renfrow and Davante Adams run into each other, all I said was, only the Raiders. When I saw Hunter Renfrow fumble that ball and picked up by the Cardinals, when we were already about to be in field goal range and return for a touchdown to lose the game, I said, that's the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen this before. Yeah, Johnathan Abram out of here. Johnathan Abram out of here. Everybody's job should be on notice. I think my issue is that if the defense was going to struggle this year, I'm okay with that because the defense always struggles. We don't have a lot of talent over there. Cool. But the fact that the offense has regressed so much is an issue for me. And I saw Ray posted an interesting stat that was like the Raiders are 0-6 this year with go-ahead scores to win the game. And to me, I just look at it, it was like, well, in the past, Derek Carr and the Raiders have been pretty good with getting the ball last and going and winning games or going up by getting go-ahead scores. So if they were good in the past and they're not good this year, how does that blame fall on the shoulders of the quarterback? You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't understand that. I don't understand that. Like, there has to be there's a reason for everything. Everybody knows there's a reason for everything. If Derek Carr is regressing because he's older, okay. If Derek Carr is regressing because he's injured, okay. But you can't tell me a healthy Derek Carr is getting worse and not put any onus on the new playbook, the new coach, the new scheme. Like there has to be something there where there's smoke, there's fire. How do you feel about tanking? I don't respect tanking. I don't respect tanking only because Tom Brady wasn't picked in the top 10. That's all. That's all. No, the problem is Derek Carr has zero confidence in the play calling. Derek Carr has zero confidence in himself at this point. So when you watch him forcing footballs to Davante Adams, it's because he trusts him. He trusts the fact that, all right, at least if I throw it to him, he's going to make a play on the ball or at least attempt to. He doesn't trust anything else. He doesn't trust his eyes. He doesn't trust where McDaniels wants him to go with the ball. He's not trusting the play calling. And you can move on from Carr. Like, this is not that kind of conversation. The conversation is that if you look at all the negative things that surrounding Carr this year that didn't exist last year or the year before that or the year before that, then how do you not look at what's changed around him? Oh, okay, the head coach and the play calling, the scheme. Like, you mean to tell me, what is the offensive coordinator's name? Lombardi? What's his name? Somebody tell me who the offensive coordinator is for the Raiders. What's his name? No, Abram isn't good. Well, tell me what's his name. I feel like his name is Lombardi. Mike? What's his last name, goddammit? Mick Barty? What's his name? Mike Lombardi. All right, okay. Let me answer the super chat. Hey, appreciate the super chat, Silver and Black Media. Check your IG when you have time. Let's get this money, fam. I'll definitely hit you up. Appreciate you. Thanks for the $20 super chat. Okay, Mike Lombardi. So this is what I'm saying. Mike Lombardi. Do we really believe Mike Lombardi knows more than Derek Carr? Like, do we really think that? Do we really think that Mike Lombardi, who's calling the plays for the Raiders, knows more about what's going on with personnel and all that than Derek Carr does? Mick Lombardi? Mick? Whatever the hell it is. Fucking Mick Lombardi. That makes it even worse that his name is Mick. So what I'm saying, so my point is this. I think it would be hard pressed to tell Derek Carr to trust Mick Lombardi, who's maybe a couple years older than you, to trust all his play calling and the knowledge of the game that he has over your natural instincts. Right? See, this is the thing though. All right, look, JC. Carr has missed throws, man, wide open receivers, missed multiple touchdown opportunities. It's not just the play design. We're not saying that, though. Please don't come in here with any other rhetoric from anybody else. I'm saying a certain thing. I am not saying he's not missing throws. I'm not saying he's not missing wide open receivers. I've already admitted that. I've already said he missed throws in the last game to Davante Adams at Raiderinfo. He missed throws. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that everything is a symptom. Like, everything's a symptom, right? So like if I have a cough, that might be a symptom of a cold. It could be a symptom of pneumonia. Like, you might be able to take some medicine for the cough, but unless you know what's actually causing it, You're not getting to the root of it. So what I'm saying to you, Derek missing throws to me is a symptom of a problem that we have not diagnosed yet. That's my conversation. My conversation is Derek Carr missing throws may be a symptom of something we have not diagnosed yet. The Raiders are infected with something we have not diagnosed yet. So we don't have the medicine for it. Derek Carr not stepping up his game makes it worse. Derek Carr not stepping up the game, but I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But the thing is you continue to want Derek Carr to step up, but telling me Derek Carr is not capable of stepping up, but keep telling me he's supposed to step up. Okay, McDaniels calling the plays. I don't believe that Derek Carr believes Josh McDaniels has a better grip on offense than he does. Think about it. Josh McDaniels is good at one offense. His offense. He ain't playing in it. He's just calling the plays in it. So my point to you is Derek Carr has mastered multiple offenses since he's been in the NFL. Has he not? So to me, I feel like Derek Carr has a wider knowledge of how offenses work. Josh McDaniels might have a wider, he might have a wider acknowledgement and understanding how his offense works, right? But Derek Carr has played in multiple schemes already, has mastered multiple schemes. You mean to tell me he mastered John Gruden's scheme, but now all of a sudden he sucks? Okay, you wouldn't say mastered. Okay, well, you don't have to. What I'm saying to you is Derek Carr looks worse than he did last year. Derek Carr looks worse than he did the last 2 years. Derek Carr looks worse than he did the last 3 years. Derek Carr looks worse than he did the last 4 years. So my point being is, if Derek Carr looks worse now, how do we not look at the things around him? Why is Hunter Renfrow not doing Hunter Renfrow things? That's Derek Carr's fault too? He's lost a step?
That's cool, man. It's just, I got my GI Bill, and I can pay you all 4 years in advance. Okay,
I don't understand, man. Like I said, I'm a defensive coordinator. If my offense scores 20 points, if I go into halftime 20-0 and I lose a game 27-20, I don't look at the offense and say, "Damn, yo, y'all should have scored more than 20 points." I would have said, "Damn, yo, I blew that. I blew the game." Close your backpack. I'd have been like, I blew the game.
Can you close it?
No, motherfucker, take your backpack off and close it.
Can you put this in?
Bruh, no. You don't need to take a charger to the Y. It's not protecting Carr. It's not protecting Carr. It's not protecting Carr. Because I already said Carr's not playing well. Like, how's that protecting him? If there's a better quarterback right now on this very day, better than Derek Carr that the Raiders can get, the Raiders should get him. So how am I protecting anybody? Like, how am I protecting anybody? You don't need a charger. Hell no. Little bastard always trying to take shit. What if the offense didn't score the entire second half and you gave them the ball 3 times to take the lead? All right, well, check it out. Check it out. Let me say this again. If the offense gives me a 20-point lead and we lose that game, that is on me as the defensive coordinator. Because if I can hold that team to 0 points at any point in that game, why can I not continue to do that? Why? Okay, now you give up 7, let me make my adjustments. Okay, now I give up 14, let me make some adjustments. Now I give up 17, let me make some adjustments. Now I gave up 20, let me make some adjustments. At what point do we say, okay, the offense is struggling to score points in the second half, defense, you got to step up? I don't consider it stepping up if you get the stop. Right, you get them 3 stops at the end of the game. Yeah, that sounds good. But you already gave up the 27 points that it took to win the game. You already gave that up. Right? Like, you're not wrong, Raid. You're not wrong. But let's be real about that. Like, you're getting the stops when it's a little too late, because to ask an offense to constantly be put in, oh, we had a chance to win the game at the end, we shouldn't always have to do that. The defense should have the game sewn up before it gets to the end. How come I'm not in victory offense ever? How come I'm always in, oh, I got to scratch and claw to come back another game? That's not winning. That's not a winning formula, Raid. So, yeah, in theory, well, we got the ball back 3 times. It ain't too late. Here you go. What you mean? What you mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a what if. I'm just talking for me personally. This is not me blaming one or the other. This is not me blaming one or the other. But what I'm saying to you, Raid, is that we were winning against, like I seen the picture people were sending around that had like 4 pictures, and it showed where the Raiders had the ball with a chance to win the game. And it's like, but why in all of those games that we were already winning do we need to go for a game-winning drive? Yeah, it's possible that the Raiders should have come back and won that game. Yes, you can say that. Derek Carr should have made those passes to win the game for the Raiders. But do you understand that out of 59 of Derek Carr's wins, 31 of them have come from behind victories? How many of those losses is he scored and then the defense got the ball back and couldn't stop nobody? Your defense gets kibble a bitch, but your offense gets steaks and potatoes. Offense ain't even scored a whole half. But that's not my argument, Ray. You can have the argument with somebody else. That's not the argument I'm having. The argument I'm having, if my offense gives me a 20-point head start, there's no way I'm blaming the offense if I lose that game. By no stretch of the imagination. That's me. You don't have to believe that. So the kibbles and bits for the defense was good enough to hold them to 0 points in the first half. But now the kibbles and bits ain't good enough to hold them to just 17 in the second half. What are we talking about, man? What are we talking about? Like, what are we really talking about here? What are we talking about? It'd be different if they was just getting their doors blown off from jump. But goddamn, you was able to stop them for the first half, and then you can't stop them in the second half. That has nothing to do with kibbles and bits, Ray. It has nothing to do with that. Like, let's come on now. You my man, 50 grand, but let's keep it a buck. I'm not saying you don't have to score. That's what complimentary football is. That's what complimentary football is. When the offense can't get it done, the defense helps you out. When the defense can't get it done, the offense helps you out. Well, the defense struggling, I would think a 20-point head start is a good way to help you out. And you're talking about the 3 stops that we got at the end of the game. First of all, how do you let Trevor Lawrence throw the ball all over the field? How do we let that happen? How do you let that happen? I'm not talking about just that game. That don't even make sense. How you expect the offense not to score a whole half, but the defense got to pitch a shutout? That's not what I said, Ray. That's not what I said. I didn't say how you expect the offense not to score. I'm not expecting them not to score. I'm expecting them to score. But if you mean to tell me that in the NFL you can only win games if you score more than 20 points, that's what my argument is. That's what my argument is. The defense don't have to pitch a shutout. If I gave you a 20-point advantage, how about give them 19? Like you making the argument about me saying it's okay that the Raiders don't score in the second half. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, regardless of what the offense is doing, the defense shouldn't be blowing 20-point leads. They shouldn't be blowing 20-point leads. Shit, we scored 29 against the Chiefs and still lost. We had a 17-point lead. But what happens is our defense doesn't take advantage of the moments, because that game against the Jaguars shouldn't have been 20-10 at half. They should have never got down the field like that. But since the play calling was ass on defense, you didn't make no damn tackles. You let Trevor Lawrence, run all the way down the damn field and get in the field goal range. That's what happened, no? Against the Chiefs, it was the same thing. Right before half, we got that damn personal foul face mask on the defense, put them in the field goal range. So now you start getting momentum, Raid. It's not just about how much they making, how much they not making. Football is ebbs and flows, momentum. You have to control the tides, okay? It didn't help the Raiders that against the Jaguars, you gave up a damn field goal before the half with a minute left on the clock or whatever the case is, right? And then right after halftime, special teams gets up a 60-yard kick return. That has nothing to do with the offense. I'm not saying that it's okay for the Raiders offense not to score. That's bullshit too. That's bullshit too. But I'm not, like, you're making excuses for the defense saying that motherfuckers don't get paid enough to score, to stop teams from scoring? What are we talking about? Stop. Come on, man. Come on, man. It was 20-10 at halftime. Okay, what does that have to do with anything? It's not the offense putting too much pressure on the defense, yo. It's not. It's not. That just makes y'all feel better about it. It's not. It's not. It's not. The offense in the second half of games are playing like shit. But the offense in the second half against Tennessee didn't play like shit. Right? Because the defense let those motherfuckers score 24 points in the first half. They went back to back to back, 3 in a row, 75-plus yard drives in the first half to score touchdowns. Right? Right? So how many points did the Raiders score in the second half of that game? We can't sit here and say just because I'm pointing out the defense could do better, that means I'm okay with the offense not scoring in the second half. I'm not saying that. But it doesn't give the defense the right or the pass to give up every single fucking third down on a drive. That has nothing to do with the offense scoring. Because basically what you're saying to me is that the Raiders need to keep scoring until the clock runs out, or every time the defense gets on the field, they're going to give up points anyway. Right?
Thank you for coming by. Have a good day. I'm going to enjoy my wine.
The offense has $400 million. What don't y'all understand? Like, I'm not saying the offense is good. Like, y'all keep making it seem like I'm saying it. I'm not saying that shit. It's already a charger. Like, that's not my argument, yo. Y'all gotta stay focused. My argument has nothing to do with. I just gotta plug my phone in for a second. Wouldn't scoring help the defense? Doesn't it hurt the defense when the offense goes multiple drives without having the ball more than a single minute? Yes, Raid. But on the flip side, you don't think it hurts the offense when they've been off the field for 7 fucking minutes because the defense don't get off the field? You don't think that affects the offense? You don't think that affects the offense? So basically, everything's good in the first half. The minute the Raiders go 3 and out in the second half and don't get another possession in the third quarter, we're going to focus on the one possession they had and said, oh, they went 3 and out. So the defense gets thrown out there after offense has 1 minute, 3 and out, drive after drive. It didn't happen drive after drive. Drive after drive, the defense don't get off the field when it's their job to get off the field. Like, what are you talking about, Ray? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't think it hurts? You don't think it hurts the offense when you kind of had some momentum and now the defense gets on the field before half and lets the team drive all the way down there and score a field goal, and then on the first possession they get a 60-yard kick return and then the defense lets up a touchdown? You don't think that affects the offense either? It's complementary football. That means the offense has to help when the defense is slacking. The defense has to help when the offense is slacking. All I'm hearing from y'all is that, well, the defense don't get paid, so the offense has to step up all the time. That's not going to work. It's not going to work.
What is that supposed to mean?
They went 3 and out to start the game, and the defense got the ball back, and they fucking scored. And they scored. So what are you talking about? You're going to bring up the one time the defense got a turnover and we scored a touchdown off it. What are you talking about? What are we talking about? We scored on that. We scored on that. So that's ill and void. That cancels it out. What I'm asking you is that if you look at the total time of possessions, right? Time of possessions, the defense is on the field way too damn long. It's not always because the offense went 3 and out. Well, bitch, how about the defense go 3 and out? How about you get a 3 and out stop? What I'm saying has nothing to do with Derek Carr. I'm talking about defense. If the defense did their job, we would give our offense a hell of a better chance of scoring if they have the damn ball. It's common sense. I appreciate the Super J. I'm not even saying the defense doesn't do its job, because there are times the defense, look, at the end of the Jaguars game, I felt like the defense gave us an opportunity to win the game and the offense didn't pull through. My problem is making the conversation about the offense not being able to score on the last drive of the game when it shouldn't have had to come down to the last drive of the game. Like, come on now. Like I'm not saying Raid is wrong. I'm saying that that's a narrow perspective to have, is that the defense don't have to do shit because they get paid kibbles and bits. Like, what are we talking about? Like, defense got to get off the field. I'm not saying Graham gotta go. He doesn't have a lot. I never said last drive of the game. I said anytime during the second half, bro. What I'm. What are you? So what are you saying? What are you saying? What are you saying? I don't understand. I don't think that I'm blaming the defense for us losing. I just take exception to the idea that the offense should have to close a game that they started with a 17-point lead or a 20-point lead. Well, all I said was, me as a defensive coordinator, if you gave me a 20-point lead and we lose, I feel that's more on me than it is the offense. Yes, I would love the offense to score in the second half. Yes, I would love to put up more points. But what I'm saying is, me as a defensive coordinator, if you give me a 20-point cushion and we lose the game, I feel like that's on me. Ray's problem is he only sees the Raiders as an offense, not an entire team. That's the problem with most Raiders fans. David, appreciate the super. I don't think that's Ray's problem. I think Ray is just what he's saying is not wrong, because it's factual. In the offense gets paid more money. They have more talent. They have bigger contracts. More was invested in the offense, so they need to get the job done. I don't disagree with that. But what I'm saying is that at some point, you got to hold everybody accountable if everybody's not doing their job. And the defense is not doing their job for 4 quarters, just like the offense is not doing their job for 4 quarters. Now, you'll accept that, but say, but the offense has an easier chance to do their job for 4 quarters. Like that, we can't do that. We can't do that. You don't think it would help the offense if we got good field position and we got more possessions? Yeah, it would. But at the end of the day, way too many times am I seeing the Raiders defense on the field for extended drives, third downs turning to first downs, red zone turning to touchdowns. Like, yes, you are right. It would be nice for the Raiders to have to do certain things. But at the end of the day, that doesn't just make it okay for the defense just to continue to give up third downs, give up red zone touchdowns, and all of these big plays to people who aren't that good, and then say, well, the offense should have did more. I mean, come on, man. Everybody should do more. Everybody should do more. I'm not saying the defense should be able to hold a team to under 17 points a game. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that if you give me a 17-point lead as a defensive coordinator, it is my job to make sure I don't give up more than 17 points, just in case you don't score anymore. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm a defensive coordinator. I go to my offensive coordinator before every game. Hey, how many points you need? How many points you think it'll take for y'all to be okay? If he tells me 15, I say, look, we got to hold him to 15, just in case the offense only scores 16. He don't tell me 15, but you better score him in the second half instead of the first half. Like, no. Don't work like that. Offense has to do better. Offense has to do better. But we cannot just excuse the ineptitude that the defense has been showing this season. We can't excuse that. Because it's complementary football. Football is 3 levels. Outside of that Chiefs team that won the Super Bowl, not many teams would win with a defense giving up this many points consistently to bad teams. If you want to let the Chiefs score 30, I get it. The Chargers score 30, I get it. But there's no reason for the Cardinals to have beat us. There's no reason for the Titans to have done that. There's no reason for Jacksonville to have been able to do that. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Do you think if Graham had more pieces, he would do better? I mean, players play, so players got to make plays. So I would assume if he had better talent, he would do better. But yeah, I'm just not with the whole notion of the offensive. Like we know the offense sucks. We know that. I don't think we should be using the price tag to overly criticize. Well, they should be better because they get paid a bunch of money. Like, they didn't pay themselves. Why release him now? I don't know. I guess they felt no need. They felt no use for him. I expect more from this offense. I didn't expect shit from defense. Offense disappears all the time. If we don't hold the opponent to 0, then the offense can't score. No, Ray, that's some antics. No. That's like gaslighting. No, we're not. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. My point remained the same. Nobody said hold them to 0. If I get a 20-point lead, you just have to hold them to 19. What the fuck is so hard to understand about that? If I give you a 17-0 lead, hold them to 16. Nobody's saying 0. And I didn't expect much from the defense. I did expect more from the offense. What's up, Charm City? We are not giving any excuse to the offense. The offense needs to be better. My point that I made, which you seem to be arguing, is the stance of if you give me a 20-point lead and we lose, I blame myself as a defensive coordinator. That's all. That's all. That's all. Edwin, appreciate the super. All you have to do is bring up the fact that our defense has allowed 16 out of 16 touchdowns in the red zone. That's wild. That is crazy. But I bet your offense could have scored more in the red zone too as far as touchdowns. So, like I said, Raid is not wrong. But you're trying to poke holes in an opinion that I'm not saying is fact. You can't poke holes in my opinion. You can only poke holes in things that I'm saying is fact, and you can prove them not to be fact. My opinion is, as a defensive coordinator, if you give me a 20-point lead, I don't expect to give it up. Exactly, Lewis. Offense, higher standard. Defense gave them 20-point lead. The opponent make adjustments too. Oh, he's talking to Lewis, so I don't know. Why Graham keep dropping Crosby and Chandler in coverage? Because I would assume that when he's dropping them, he's blitzing from somewhere else. And when you run a 4-man line, you have to blitz the defensive end to go to the flat to play the coverage if you're bringing a nickel or another backer, because you have to zone exchange those things. Because I think we look too much at the end result and say, oh, we lost the game 20-27 and we didn't score in the second half. Okay, that's fine. But you can't tell me that the defense didn't blow certain situations against the Cardinals. You can't tell me the defense didn't blow certain situations against the Jaguars that also impacted to us losing, not just that we didn't score in the second half. Because what if we scored 0 in the first half and scored 20 in the second half, but the defense still gave up 27? Would it matter? We still lost. Even though we didn't score in the first half but scored in the second half. We still lost because we gave up more points than we should. People in the comments talk slick, but I busted. I'm on my phone, man. I can't even see all the comments. I'm only seeing Ray's because it say he got the moderator joint. Yeah, I better leave that boy alone. Don't get it twisted. Me and Ray can argue. Some of y'all motherfuckers get washed. Don't get it twisted. But that's just been my sentiment. My sentiment is, as a defensive coordinator, if you give me a 20-point lead, whether it's in the first, second, third quarter, I'm going to hold the opponent to 19 points or less. Period. Raiders fans turn against each other. And I don't know. I don't turn against nobody. I don't really know motherfuckers anyway. But don't take me and Raid in this situation arguing. That's not that. Honcho, what does Graham need to do? I think Graham needs to do better at being proactive and knowing what the opposition is trying to do. There's certain plays the offense will run that you'll see that they're trying to set us up for something. They're trying to set us up for something. And you got to be aware of it and have those play calls in the back of your head to say, all right, look, we know that they're setting us up from this, so this is what we're going to have to go to. You know what I'm saying? And I think that Graham is not making the halftime adjustments to fit the adjustments that McDaniels is making. Meaning that if McDaniels is going to start to run the ball more and try to run the air out of the ball or take the clock out of effect, I think that the defense has to change too and be a little more aggressive to force the opposition to do things they want them to do. Honcho 562, message retracted, appreciate the super. That's what I think is going on. I think what happens is in the first half, we just have lapses in focus. The opponent makes adjustments. We hold them to 0 to start the game. Opponents score in chunks. Then we stop them in the end of the game after adjustments. Is a pattern by our defense. I mean, I wouldn't consider the Jaguars game being us making adjustments at the end of the game. They weren't trying to do anything at the end of the game. We got lucky that they missed the fucking field goal. Like, let's not get it twisted. We didn't stop them. All right, they got 3 possessions in the end, and the last 2 were field goal attempts. One was a miss and one was a make. So I just feel like that Graham didn't make any adjustments to get the Jaguars off the field. They ran the fucking ball, We tackled the ball carrier because we knew what was coming. It was very vanilla. And they missed the field goal and made a field goal. Mike, appreciate the super, bro. Offense put up enough points that the defense has to step up at some point. 30-29 Chiefs game. We up 17. That's O's fault. 26-20 when Murray had all day. Scored 3 touchdowns plus 2 points. That's O's fault. I agree. Ray, offense don't adjust shit. They only have opening script at the beginning and outside of their shit. The rest of the game is a pattern. But Ray, I'm not arguing on behalf of the offense. I'm arguing on behalf of the defense. You're arguing on behalf of whose fault it is. I'm not doing that. I'm not blaming anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like, every time you return fire at me, it's on, well, who should take blame? I'm not blaming. Like, what I'm saying to you is, our defense has opportunities just like our offense has opportunities. If you're going to say that the Raiders had an opportunity to score and they didn't score, well, I can say the defense had an opportunity to get off the field before halftime and they didn't. Against the Chiefs and the Jaguars, they didn't. They had opportunities against the Cardinals to not give up 2-point conversions. They didn't. So I'm not blaming them, but I'm just holding them responsible, just like we're holding the offense responsible. Everybody gets blamed here, right? David, appreciate the super. What mind boggles me is that the lack of adjustments on both sides of the ball. Teams always seem to make the necessary adjustments against the Raiders. I don't think it's lack of adjustments. I think it's that Josh McDaniels doesn't know how to play with a lead. He doesn't know how to stay aggressive with a lead. He fucking panics, and he tries not to lose a game more than he tries to win the game. I am not giving the pass to the offense. The offense, to me, should be doing way better. The offense should be scoring 28 points. What I'm saying to y'all is I think even if the offense scored 28, the defense will find a way to give up 29. That's what I'm saying. Bro, nothing could have saved this team. 6 draft picks by the worst GM and coach in history. Hence why we are where we are. We didn't build through the draft. Omar, appreciate the super. I think that's the conversation I'm trying to have here, is that We keep saying the offense needs to score more. Well, if the defense is not stopping anybody, well, then what makes me think that even if the offense scores more, the defense is going to stop them? Case in point, the Chiefs.
Shut up. Are you with them?
I mean, Carr is a problem at this point. Carr is a problem at this point. Because Carr is missing fucking throws. Carr is missing throws. We need Spider-Man to save the Raiders. Nah, I think you let Ziegler get a good 4 or 5 years, and yes, for 4 or 5 years it might hurt, it might suck to watch, but I think after that he's gonna do. I think Ziegler knows what he's doing. I don't think Josh McDaniels knows what he's doing. We need Wade Phillips. I don't know, man. I just think we need somebody who knows how to use their personnel. Is McDaniels sabotaging Carr? No, I don't think so. I think McDaniels and Carr just fundamentally disagree on how football should be played. I think Derek Carr just wants to go out there, grip it and rip it. And I think Josh McDaniels wants to be surgical with everything. And I think when you try that hard to be perfect, you're more imperfect instead of just going to play football. Josh McDaniels is the type of basketball coach that would be like drills, right hand drill, left hand drill. And then when you get in the game, none of those drills fucking work because you got to play basketball to be good at it. You got to have a feel for it. Football is the same way. He's trying to instruct Derek Carr, run this, do that. It's a slant if it's here. It's a post if it's there. It's an out if it's there. It's a fade if it's there. Just let him play football. Okay? It's paralysis by analysis. It's too much information. You know what I'm saying? And there might be a quarterback out there that can do that. Well, we got to find him because I don't think it's Derek Carr. And this is what I said in the beginning of the season. I said Josh McDaniels had more to prove than everybody because as a head coach, he's done nothing. But we've seen when Derek Carr's been offensive where they grip it and rip it. 2016, all he did was throw the ball downfield. Even in Gruden's second year or third year, I don't remember which one, but he was throwing the ball downfield. We stopped Chiefs the last 2 drives. We only scored on 1 and missed the damn 2-point conversion and then ran into each. So, okay, but Raid. So, okay. So, you expect the offense to be perfect because they get paid a lot. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Because all you're doing is pointing out when the offense is not perfect. Because that's what it just sounds like. It's like, we stopped them on 3 and we only scored on 1. Okay. And we probably should have scored down the stretch, but they called that Devontae Adams catch out of bounds. That changes things. What DC needed was a top 5 defense instead of an offense. Now he's the prime example of you either die as a hero or live as long as you see the villain. Omar, I appreciate the suit, but I ain't mad at that. I like the way you worded that. But that's what I'm saying is like, I'm not asking the defense to be perfect. I'm asking the defense to have better situational awareness of what needs to be done. And that comes from coaching. Like, the way Trevor Lawrence took the Jags down the field before halftime is unacceptable, man. That's not the Chiefs. That's not the Bills. That's not the Dolphins. Like, that's not the Eagles. That's the fucking Jaguars. Are you kidding me? Like, Ray, you got to understand that, like, yes, the offense needs to be better, but the Jaguars should not be able to go up and down the field like that. I don't care how many kibbles and bits the defense is eating. Like, it just looks like the defense gives up sometimes. Like, oh, it's about to be halftime. I'm chilling. Shit is draining. Defense sucks. We know this. So if the defense sucks, Ray, what makes you think that if we scored more points, the defense wouldn't just give up more points? Like what? The defense sucks, but not if you score 100. Like, come on, Ray. Like, goddamn. How do we fix this shit? You got to fix it through the draft, which is why I feel like we're holding on to a lot of draft picks. I feel like you have to. That's the future of your franchise, is them draft picks. Do I agree with this move? I mean, it's a random move. How can I disagree with anything they do at this point when nobody we have is helping us win? Too resilient, appreciate the super. I understand what you're saying. I'm just tired of this defense holding teams to 0, then let them score a touchdown and a field goal with less than 5 minutes, only for then to start off with the ball in the second half. Well, then you're agreeing with what I'm saying. I think the defense has to be better when it's time to be better. Just like the offense has to be better. Like you'll say, oh, the offense was good, but except when it counted. Well, when the defense needs it the most, they don't get it. And we're not talking once you already gave up the lead. Like, you already gave up the fucking lead. You already took a 20-point lead and turned it into 27 points. You took a 17-point lead and turned it into a 5-point deficit. You don't get the credit for the stop after that. You needed to stop before you gave up the deficit. Cuz got teams with worse defenses winning more games with less talent on offense. Man, you just argumentative, bro. Like, you just an argumentative ass motherfucker, bro. Like, there's no way you think there's many worse defenses than us. You can go points per game. You can do whatever you want to do. If you watching games like I'm watching games, there ain't much defense is worse than us, bro. Honestly, bro. And you might have a team that gave up more points total than the Raiders, but all them points might have came in one game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not consistently game by game. Like, y'all trying to turn this into who should have more blame, offense or defense. I'm not having that argument with you. I'm not having that argument with nobody. Blame who the fuck you want to blame. I'm going to continue to watch the games and tell you this. If my offense gives me a 20-point lead, I don't expect to lose it. Period. Y'all can feel whatever the fuck y'all want to feel about it. You can tell me how much talent we don't have, how much money they don't get paid. Listen, if I hold you to 20, if you get a 20-point lead, I'm not giving it up. That's what I believe as a defensive coordinator. The background music, oh, this is some movie. My son left this movie on. I didn't even know y'all could hear that shit. Like, why are we trying to turn this into, but the offense didn't do this, and the offense didn't do that? Like, all right, cool. I don't know what you want me to say. Give me a 20-point lead. I don't expect to fucking lose it. Like,
let's go for it. Why not? Because you gotta remember, it's not just about us anymore, okay? It's about everyone who went to South Harmon.
That Way podcast? Your shit better be a podcast. I'm tired of people calling that shit podcast and just be you talking on the camera. It's not a podcast. And I ain't even crying. Like, I don't even understand this shit. Y'all just be saying shit to make yourselves feel better. Like, yeah, I really told him. Did you see the chat? I told him about himself. Like, the fuck? You in my chat, brother. Like, you in my chat. So you don't care about all the passes that I do care about the passes Carr missed. What, have you missed the fucking whole hour I've been on? I am not giving Carr any passes. Carr has looked like shit this year. What the fuck does that have to do with the defense blowing a 20-point lead? We have the worst situational defense in the NFL. Hey, RC, you ain't lying. Like, why does it have to be one or the other? Why does it have to be one or the other? What the fuck does Derek Carr being trash have to do with giving up a 20-point lead? So let me ask you this. We score 20 in the first half and don't score 20 in the second half, and we lose the game by 7. Would that be any difference than not scoring in the first half, scoring 20 in the second half, and still losing by 7? What the fuck? Like, y'all keep saying the same shit like I'm trying to disagree with it. I'm not disagreeing with it. I can't stand my phone up. This shit is annoying me. Abram was a scapegoat. No, Abram wasn't a scapegoat. Abram was sorry, bro. Abram was sorry. Abram was sorry. Make sure you hit them likes, yo. Y'all be hating. What's good, big dog? Just tune in. What I missed, Raider Andy, you missed everything. Cause I don't got no. My blood pressure too high for me to keep arguing with people. You missed everything.
You're on, kid.
Have too many touchdowns up to be a safety. I mean, he gave too many touchdowns up. Yeah, he did. Opposing offense, 3rd and 3. Our defense plays 10 yards off. I mean, come on, bro. There's no way you're okay with the Cardinals getting back-to-back 4th down conversions and then back-to-back 2-point conversions. And then you're okay with Trevor fucking Lawrence, who looks like fucking Malibu Barbie, goes out there and drives all the way down the damn field right before halftime. That has nothing to do with Derek Carr. Eric, yeah, I mean, Johnathan Abram was trash. Sorry. He was. He should never had 24, you're right. Abram looks lost in coverage. I mean, look, guys, it's a little harder than you think playing coverage. I know it sounds like I'm making an excuse for him, but if you don't get pressure on the quarterback, I'll say it and say it again. And you can go run into all your content creators that know so much about football. Look, good protection is going to beat good coverage. It's just how it works. Good protection is going to beat good coverage. So when you don't get any pressure on the QB, cornerbacks get beat a lot more. Safeties look a lot more lost because they're covering a lot of field in too much time. When it's quick, 1-2 throw, people are closer to the receivers. People can make play on the ball. When it's 1, 2, 3, 4, slide this way, slide that way, now throw, people are going to look bad. People are going to look bad. Good protection will beat good coverage. Remember that. Shit, good protection will beat great coverage. Trust me. I played on both sides of the ball, quarterback and defensive back. I played corner and safety. I understand a little bit. Okay? I understand a little bit.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gates. I fail to see any merit or scholastic value in anything listed on that.
Okay, guys, you want to help me out here?
24 should have lit up Lawrence. He scrambled for 30 yards. That's what I'm saying, yo. That was fucking terrible. That probably would slit his throat right there. How the hell did you let Trevor Lawrence run up the middle of the damn field like that? Nobody touch him. Crazy. Has the offense taken a step backward? Yes. 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 I don't understand why you would want a rookie QB to have to deal with Josh McDaniels' playbook and start his first year. I think that what you should do is draft a quarterback and let Derek Carr be the bridge. And tell him to take a fucking pay cut or get the fuck out of town. That's what I would do, man. I'm not saying Derek Carr is the answer. Derek Carr might not be able to come back from this kind of shit. But what I'm saying is I think Derek Carr being bad this year is a symptom of something else that we haven't diagnosed yet. RC Raider, if we lose Carr, he will go win a Super Bowl somewhere else. Then we are the Detroit Lions. Is that what these Carr haters want? Appreciate the Super. I don't know what they want. I think they just want me to say offense sucks. It's Derek Carr's fault. Get a new quarterback. Derek Carr's the worst quarterback. Derek Carr's a bitch. I think that's just the stuff they want me to say. Right? I think Carr should restructure his deal. Mac Jones did it. Man, the fuck? Mac Jones did it. Did he really do it? Because motherfucker was talking about Mac Jones losing his job this year to Bailey Zapp. I'm talking spicy. Motherfucker said Mac Jones. Mac Jones! Bosa called out Carr and he was on point. Okay. My problem with everybody is that as many head coaches as Derek Carr's had, multiple GMs now, why has nobody gotten rid of him? Why has nobody gotten rid of him?
You guys have already made up your minds. I'm an expert in rejection. I can see our faces. It's too bad that you judge us by the way we look, not by who we are.
If Carr gets released, he retires. Maybe. Y'all gotta stop with all the car puns, man. That shit old as fuck, bro. Like, need to park the car. Fuckers probably don't even have a car.
100 years of tradition. Of hazing kids.
Yeah, and Karma called out our defense and ran straight through them.
Pressure on kids, they turn into these stress freaks and caffeine.
Your phony school demeans real
can't we both exist? Huh? You can have your grades and your rules.
I mean, I blame Carr for missing throws because at the end of the day, I played quarterback, and if my coach was telling me some bullshit, I just didn't listen.
And you, sir, are a criminal.
I just didn't listen.
You rob these kids of their creativity and their passion.
So I would go out there and make plays. I like, any given Sunday, Willie Beeman got that invisible juice. Yeah, that's the shit that Derek Carr need. I would just go out there and do my own thing, and I would tell Devontae, look, you're gonna run here, we're gonna do this. Like, I would just do what I believe. Alvin Kamara, I kind of know what you meant, but I just read it quick.
Was that your dream? Or maybe no. Maybe you want to be.
I mean, I think you gotta let Derek Carr just go play football, man. He's not a rookie. Maybe a rookie you can kind of spoon feed an offense to and say, throw the ball here, throw the ball there. But Derek Carr has been doing this for so long that he already has a natural reaction to cover 2. He has a natural reaction to cover 3, cover 4, cover 6, cloud, man to man, cover 1. Like, he already has natural instincts against those, and you're taking that away from him by saying, put the ball here, put the ball there. Like, it's just bad. It's not a good look, yo. It's just not what you do, right? It's just like, you don't. There's wild animals and there's house pets. You're taking a wild animal and trying to turn him into a house pet, or you're taking a house pet, turn him into a wild animal. It doesn't work. You just gotta let quarterbacks be what they are. Like, nobody's trying to turn Lamar Jackson into a perfect pocket passer. Look at the offense they have for him. You was the MVP in the after school league. I didn't even play in them shits. I didn't play regular football with kids no more after I got to a certain level, bro. If it wasn't in a newspaper, I wasn't doing it. Omar, we are not drafting a QB. Fans should accept that. I wouldn't be mad if we drafted QB. My problem is that we'll sit here and say that Josh McDaniels is trash and Josh McDaniels' playbook is ass, and then be like, but the offense should do this. Like, why are you expecting the offense to do shit if we've already accepted that everything attached to the offense sucks? Still gonna need a defense? Yeah, that's true, but with 29 picks in the fucking next draft, we should have some defense. Crayo the Warrior, appreciate the super. Mac Jones already had players who knew the offense. That's true. But y'all can't sit here and tell me that Devontae Adams and Derek Carr is on the same page. Like, too many times, that motherfucker Derek Carr be pointing in this way and that way. And come on, bro. Somebody got to be fucking up, man. If Derek Carr was the one fucking up, I don't think he'd be that mad. I think he'd just be like, shit, I fucked up. The fact that he looks that visibly mad after certain plays makes me feel like somebody's in the wrong place. And y'all can keep circling all these people on these videos. Hey, he's wide open. He should have did this. He should have did that. We don't know what he was supposed to run. I'm not saying rebuild around Carr. Don't put that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is when I played quarterback, I played under 3 offensive schemes. And no, I'm lying. I played in 2. And one of them, I was more handcuffed, and it made me think more, and it made me more hesitant. And then the next year, I played in a different offense, and, we was a playoff team. So one year, I played in an offense, and we won 2 games. The next year, same team, new system, we went to the playoffs. I'm not comparing myself to an NFL quarterback. What I'm saying is that every scheme is not for every player. Every scheme is not for every player. And some of you guys are watching this all-22 film and this and that, and it's a bird's eye view. The football game is not played like that. And you can't rewind it and be like, oh, well, now let me look at Mac Hollins. Wait, let me pause, look over here, and you don't get to pause that shit in the game, bro. You don't get to pause that shit in the game. You don't. There might be 4 receivers running down the field. You don't have 4 reads. Trust me. It's not 4 reads. Hey, can you give me a water or something, if there is one? Oh, they're in the truck. Facts, easy to say who was open, and you see it afterwards. Yeah, hindsight is 20/20. Monday morning quarterbacks are the best. They see everything now because you got a chance to watch it. It don't work like that. If we get Bryce Young, that'd be nice, but he still got to sit for a year, in my opinion. After 9 years in the league, should be able to dissect the defense. I don't think it's a problem him dissecting the defense. I think the problem is the way he would dissect the defense is different than what Josh McDaniels is telling him. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, oh, I can't tell if that's cover 3. No, I know it's cover 3, but what I would do in cover 3 is different than what he wants me to do in cover 3.
You got 4 years. This is the best years of your life.
The quarterback from Kentucky looks swole as hell, bro. I'm not taking Mac Jones over Derek Carr. I'm sorry. So please stop asking me about Mac Jones. I don't care.
I told you.
I got like 9 more minutes on here, yo, and I'm out. I can't even turn this shit off. The remote is way over there. Honcho, do you think JMD would have worked out in Denver if he was a good coach? I don't fucking know. Didn't he draft Tim Tebow? Honcho, explain how Jones was more proficient than Carr in the same offense. I don't fucking know the answer. But if you know the answer, tell me. Actually, don't tell me. I don't give a fuck. What that man eat don't make me shit. So I don't care. My issue is what the Raiders are doing right now. Not what Mac Jones did in the same offense. And what the fuck are we talking about? You want to talk about Mac Jones? Go to fucking somewhere else. My son was watching some movie and then he left. It's called Accepted. It's actually a funny story because the guy in this movie was in another movie we just watched, Barbarian, and he got killed. So Lil Honcho was like, I gotta watch a different movie to make me feel better about it. So he put on a different movie. Rick, shut the fuck up. Nobody's making excuses for Carr. What are you talking about, bro? I don't know if you blind, deaf, stupid, or dumb. Nobody's making excuses for Carr. Just because I don't think the way you think about him doesn't mean I'm making an excuse for him. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that would appreciate the bullshit you saying. Go say it to them. What are you talking about? When did I make an excuse for Carr? All I said was I don't give a fuck about Mac Jones. I don't. Rick L? Fucking Rickle? It's like, yo, here goes random person in the chat. Derek Carr sucks. Honcho's response. All right, if you feel that way, that's cool. Chat response. Stop making excuses for Derek Carr. Like, what? Apples to apples, use your brain. How is it apples to apples? How is it apples to apples? How is it apples to apples? How many years did Mac Jones play in the NFL before he had to play in Josh McDaniels' offense? And since he didn't have that much experience in the NFL, maybe Josh McDaniels didn't give him the full fucking offense yet. Maybe they kept it a little simple. But you don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. The only problem is you keep acting like you know. You don't know. I don't know. You don't got the answers. I don't got the answers. So don't tell me use my brain. The hell are you talking about? Use your common sense. None of us know. Shit, you think you know why he was successful and Carr isn't? Tell me. Why? Because he's better than Carr? Okay, cool. Congratulations. What are you talking about?
Thank you for going by. Have a good day. I'm going to go enjoy my wine.
Clay next. No, Sanjeet's not a joke. I fuck with Sanjeet. We're not going to do that. I don't have to agree with one thing Sanjeet says, but I respect him. I wish I could fucking put my phone. Oh, shit. My phone might stay like that with the charger. I need to drink this fucking agua. Take it easy, bro. We are all just frustrated. No. We're all frustrated at the Raiders. I'm frustrated at the shit you saying. Don't tell me take it easy now. I'm reading the shit you saying. You getting me frustrated. Use your brain? Bro, what are you talking about? I probably know more. I probably forgot more about football than you ever fucking learned. You talking about use my brain. What are you talking about? Just because we don't have the same opinion on something. Now I got to use my brain. Boy, I should use the block button to get your ass up out of here. But I ain't going to do that because I respect everybody's opinion. But don't tell me not to be frustrated. Shit, everybody want to talk shit, and then when somebody get mad, be like, hey, take it easy, buddy. We're all friends here. No, the hell we ain't. I don't know you. Gonna tell somebody use their brain. Just because we don't agree on something. Shit. You better use that little X in the corner and X out of this goddamn live, Rickle. What happened to Renfro? I don't know. Ask Rick L. Rick L has all the answers. Ask him. Don't tell me Chris without the H's in here. I'll lose my shit right now. I swear I'll lose my shit right now. Would you agree Carr doesn't have it? I would agree that Carr's playing like shit right now. That's the best you're going to get from me, bro. That's the best you're going to get from me right now, bro. Why are y'all in the chat laughing? Because fucking Rickle? We don't have to agree. I think Carr sucks. All right, I don't have a problem with that. But I didn't tell you to use your brain. Don't talk to me like that, bro. Don't talk to me like that. Just because we disagree, use your brain. Because if we was in person arguing and somebody looked me in my face and said, oh, it's apples to apples, why don't you just use your brain? I will use my hand and smack fire out of them. So don't expect me to just take it on the internet because I can't say nothing and do nothing. Listen, Rickle, you said the shit you said. I responded to it. You then responded with, hey, take it easy, man. Well, look, every action has a reaction. You don't get to choose the reaction, so take more time and think about your action that I'm reacting to, okay, Rickle? I'm not talking real spicy. This is regular. This is my regular shit. I'm not blocking anybody. No, Rickle was like, dude, calm down, bro. Yeah, I know. You be like that in real life, too. Cool arrow. I get it. You want me to keep Carr McDaniels. Got it. Thank you. Move on. I don't speak whatever language that is that you're typing right now. I'm sorry. Look, I don't want no problems with nobody. All right? But I'm from an era of I don't want no problem. When you say there's a problem, I say, okay, no problem. But I don't want no problems. You're not what dude, bro? You're not what dude? You the dude who came in the chat and told me to use my brain. You that guy. I was having a simple conversation. You said stop making stop making excuses for Derek Carr. Come on, man. Stop playing. You did that. I mean, we can move on. Look, Rick, we can move on. You in the chat, we can move on. All right, we can still have healthy debates, healthy discussions. But don't sit here and try to insult my intellect by implying I'm not using my brain because I don't agree with you. Don't do that. Don't do that. All right, this ain't your regular YouTube content shit, okay? This is somebody who's choosing to do content, okay? All right? This isn't I didn't have nothing else to do. Now I'm doing YouTube. No, I like doing this, okay? So don't turn it into something else. I was asking you to compare how Sorry Jones had more production than Carr. Now, Rick, I will give you a pass on this one. Had you said it like that, I would have not responded like that. You was implying that even somebody like Mac Jones has success in the thing. How is this not working for Derek Carr? As to say, because Derek Carr is worse than him. That's the way you implied it. And then you said stop making excuses for Derek Carr. Hippie House, appreciate the super. I'll get back to that, Rickle. Hold on. Carr has no excuse to lose, but after Jax, we definitely are tanking for the draft. McDonald's has his eye on Bryce Young, I bet, and I wouldn't be mad at that. I don't think we're going that high. Oh, but to answer your question, Rick, I don't know. I don't know. Like, what do you want? I don't know. I don't know why Mac Jones had more success than Derek Carr is having, but I would say that Derek Carr has a bigger track record of offenses. So he's already been established on how he does things. When you're Mac Jones and you're coming out of college, it's like a clean slate. You're getting the first ever NFL experience, and that offense might actually be dumbed down for you. He might not have been asking Mac Jones to do everything he's asking Derek Carr to do. And fair, right? Arguably fair. But my point is that if Derek Carr already knows how to play against the cover two, then let Derek Carr play against the cover two the way he already knows how to do it. Don't try to teach an old dog new tricks. Mac Jones is a young dog. You can teach him those new tricks. I think trying to teach Derek Carr another way to play football is not beneficial for anybody. I hope that answers your question better. And Mac Jones is going into a culture that is proficient in winning games and establishing themselves and doing what it takes. Damn, this motherfucker called me Hondo. That's the worst. This is comedy. I'm a joke to you. All right, Rick, we good then. We good, Rick. We good. Yo, the hand emojis. All right, the hand emojis. We good. Hondo Carpenter, don't do that. Shit, y'all almost got somebody lit up on here before. I remember that they said Mitch was talking shit about you on his channel. And he said Hondo, and somebody thought he said Honcho. I had to take it to the streets of Twitter. The Twitter is the streets. When you live on the opposite coast, the Twitter is the streets. But Mitch, I think Mitch is from PA though. Peace was made. We good. Rick, the problem, I don't have no issue. Look, I don't have no issue with somebody's opinion. I don't have no issue with somebody having a difference in opinion. My issue is trying to, not saying you was doing this, my issue is somebody trying to make it seem like I'm not intelligent because I don't think the way they think. That's going to be a big problem for me. All right? Twitter is the streets. Twitter is the streets, yo. Like when you're a social media person in the streets, it's Twitter, cause that shit get live out there. People catch strays all the time on Twitter. Been seeing you on Bleacher Report recently, for real? What that mean? Cause I saw that the other day. I checked my algorithm and it was saying like, not my algorithm, my analytics, and it was saying like, man, people are finding my videos on Bleacher Report. What the hell does that mean? Is the problem with Rick L or Rickle? I mean, his name is Rickle. I mean, I think he just put a space in between. You on the Raiders news feed? Yeah, you hella on Bleacher Report. Is that good? Or are they trying to get at me? Your comment was posted on Bleacher Report. Hey, whatever, yo. I'm out here, baby. The Honcho is live and well. Someone called you Marcus. Hey, yo, watch your mouth, yo. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, yo. They messed up. They should have cut garbage. Oh, see why. Great comment. Get your ass out of here. They say I take up for Carr. Rick last name begins with L for those that care. Rick, we don't. We don't. You know, if you've never been around before, they know me with names is. All right, they just know. I don't know why we cut Johnathan Abram, but what would we have kept him for? He wasn't doing that. Honcho is big time. Bleacher Report. Congratulations, Playboy. Thank you. I don't know what that is. I don't know what. I've never been on Bleacher Report, but I've heard about it. I don't know what that is though. You're too much of a Carr homer. Yeah, but I bet you say his name more than I do. Picture that. Picture that. Picture that. I be talking about something else and you come to talking to me about Carr. You think about Derek Carr more than I do. Ain't that some sick shit? Go get help, CY. Go get help. All right, go get help. I'm sure there's a hotline you can call when you can't stop thinking of other men like that. Who's saying go back to Denver? Who from Denver in here? Not Rickle. I know nobody listens to what you say. As soon as you say Carr isn't the biggest problem, they think you're a stan. I know, I'm cool with that. Nice little rant. Why so angry, Junior? See why? What? When you call people Junior, it makes me feel like you're not in the age bracket to be using this platform. No disrespect though, if you're an OG, no disrespect. But I'm just saying, you can't it's so funny to me that you'll come to my channel, my platform, my live, discredit me, talk shit about me, and then when I reply, make it seem like I'm the head case. I got the problem. I have the anger issues. I'm ranting. Like, what are you talking about? The fuck is what are we doing? See why? I didn't say nothing to you until you came in here and said you're too much of a Carr homer. When I wasn't talking about Derek Carr, you were. I actually start the live talking about the defense. Then they bring up Derek Carr. I posted something on Twitter and somebody said, here you go again, fondling Derek Carr's nutsack. And it's like, my man, why are you thinking about Derek Carr's nutsack? You are weird. Like, what is it like for me to type that I had to think about it? Why do I want to think about that? Carr's been playing like shit this year. I'm not going to argue with that. Yeah, going forward, yeah, Chris without the H, man. I don't know what's up with him. Or Everett. He be hating too. I am cool, man. I don't get mad. The internet shit don't mess with me. That's what I was saying. Can't do a whole live without someone bringing up Carr. Yeah, I came here to talk about the defense. Honcho, not gonna lie, bro. You funny as fuck. All right, well, you think I'm funny. That's cool. I guess it could be worse. I don't have any holes in the walls from the Raiders. I don't play for the Raiders. I don't get paid by the Raiders. Raiders don't give me free anything. I don't have any family members on the Raiders. The Raiders do not do anything for me outside of just being a team I root for. So, although I do feel like breaking shit at times with watching them, I am not going to break anything that I spent my hard money on that the Raiders are not reimbursing me for. Sorry. I have to control myself. I feel you, Honcho. I swear some people get homophobic tendencies. I just don't understand the shit they be saying. Like, I'm from New Jersey, man. I don't know where they do all. I don't know where they do all that insinuating man on man shit as some type of diss or some type of. I don't get that. Like I'm from the East Coast, right? So let's say I like Jay-Z, you like Nas. Nobody ever turned that into, oh, you on Jay-Z nutsack again? Like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? I just like Jay-Z better than Nas. Joseph said, Honcho, I got a question for you, sir. Well, since you asked so politely, what's your question? What's your question? Who actually said that? Damn. Oh, Joseph. All right, let me remember that. Joseph, where's your question at? I do see us keeping Pat Graham. You got to give him some better players. Joseph, ask your question, man. Hurry up. All right, Honcho. Do you really think Tom Brady would or Russell... Oh, shit. Tom Brady would or Russell or any other QB would have come to the Raiders? Damn, I should have made you super chat that shit. I think Tom Brady would have came here, but he'd still be married because that motherfucker be dead. Because he wouldn't survive with that line and that defense. Amazing Blue, what's up with it, my boy? Yo, my man Honcho, how you been, bro? We couldn't trade him at the deadline for something instead of this. I don't think so. I don't think we could have. I think we would have tried. I think we tried. I think we couldn't get nothing for him, so we gave him up. Haney versus Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko beats Haney. Haney don't hit hard enough to keep Lomachenko off him. Lomachenko shoots them angles on him. Bop. That's a wrap. Who's the best quarterback prospect in this? I don't know, man. Shit. We need Hobbs back. Yeah, we need Hobbs back, but according to some, it doesn't matter. Our defense doesn't make enough money to be good, so. The reason why I asked Honcho is because how many QBs have we had before Carr and Rich Gannon? Oh, that's a tough one. But after Rich Gannon, we've had a lot. After Rich Gannon, we've had a lot. We've had a lot. Quite a few. I think we've had a lot. I think, was Jason Campbell after him? I believe so. I mean, you're talking Jamarcus Russell, Terrell Pryor, Kerry Collins, Mac McGloin, Marcus Tuiasosopo. Talking about a lot. It was a lot of QBs. It was a lot. Dante Culpepper. Yeah, Jason Campbell. It was a lot. It was a lot. Carson Palmer. Yeah. We had a lot, yo. I think I just named a good amount of them, though. Andrew Walter. What the fuck is that? McGloin versus the Texans. Yeah, blew that fucking playoff game for us. Oh, McGowan and Fry. Ugh. Bums. Matt Flynn. Ugh. Just pitiful. Remember Kerry Collins never wanted to throw it to Randy Moss? It's like, throw it to that motherfucker every play. It's Randy Moss. Oh, he's washed up. They went to the Patriots and had fucking 50 touchdowns. Aaron Brooks. Oh, Bruce Gronkowski. Oh, God. Oh, my. Terrible years. And Derek Carr has more wins in his 8 years than all of those years combined from other quarterbacks. Those 10 years, they've had 53 wins with all of those different quarterbacks, and Derek Carr has 59 wins. So, Connor Cook's stupid ass. Yeah, I remember him because I'm a Michigan fan, so of course I remember him. But yeah, Jeff George. Now, Jeff George was before that. Jeff George was like the Jeff Hostetler era. But yeah, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Y'all appreciate everybody pulling up. I'm getting off of here. I got some other shit I got to do. I just jumped on here to just talk about some bullshit. Keep supporting the channel, man. Channel kind of been blowing up the last few days. Last few weeks, actually. So yeah, we right at 17. We about to hit 17K soon. So I appreciate everybody that been holding it down. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raiderinfo. Check out Raiderinfo.com. Make sure you hit them likes on here before you get out of here. Share my videos. Do all that good shit if you support the channel. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate everybody that's popping up. Where is Honcho's comment on Bleach Report? Yeah, I don't see it. If anybody sees it, hit me up, send it to me, Instagram, all that other shit. But everybody else be safe, man. Yeah, till next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.